Oh boy! This weekend was quite busy wrestling wise. Three big events technically, but from two different promotions. So we had New Japan Pro Wrestling's The New Beginning in Sapporo, which was 2 nights, and NXT Vengeance. So we're gonna go over both of them. But we're gonna go over the New Japan shows first because they happened first. So, as usual with most New Japan shows, there was a lot of 8-man tags that we're not really gonna talk about because they're just setting up for the next night. So we're only gonna really talk about 6 matches from the New Japan show because the rest were all 8-man tags setting up other matches. So the first real match of the New Beginning of Sapporo Night 1 was Catch 22 defending the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag titles against Doki and Yoshinobu Kanemaru of just 4 guys, but I guess it's just 2 guys. This match, it started off very slow, but when we got into the point, like the latter half of it, that's when we really picked up. There were moments in this match where I'm like, oh my god, is Doki and Kanemaru gonna win? Please no. And it was very much that I don't want them to win, so please let Catch 22 win type of feeling. And there was a lot of close counts on both sides. TJP was working with like an injured knee, so that was the story of this. And in the end, thankfully, Catch 22 retained the tag titles in a really good match. Like, this was a solid match that I would definitely watch again. Keeping with the United Empire versus Just 4 Guys, Will Ospreay faced Taichi. These two beat the crap out of each other. I was not expecting this match to go as hard as it did, but it did. These guys were just stiffing each other with kicks and chops. Taichi hit Will Ospreay with a pile driver that I swear Will broke his neck. It was just like Will's head was like below his knees. And there was like these guys were just going crazy on each other. Way better than I thought it was gonna be. And in the end, Will Ospreay with the hidden blade defeated Taichi. Which is good because this keeps the story of Will Ospreay building himself back up to get back in U.S. title contention. And then to end the night, we had Shota Umino versus Tetsuya Naito. Shota Umino has been wanting Naito to see him, notice me. Well, Naito noticed him, and you guys put on one hell of a banger. This match was fantastic. I loved it. Especially because I've been so invested in this match, so it's like, I finally get to see the payoff. I enjoyed this match so much. It was really good. In the end, though, and they did question, because Red Shoes was the ref, so they were questioning, is he going to be impartial? Because, Shota Umino is his son. But in the end, Naito with the Destino defeated Shota Umino. Great match. Highly recommend. And it did not feel long. This match went 32 minutes, but it did not feel like 32 minutes at all. And then, night 2, we had Bishamon defend the IWGP Tag Team titles against TMDK's Mikey Nicholls and Shane Haste. This match was okay, but there was no way, there was no danger for me in this one because I knew Bishamon wasn't losing the belts. So anytime TMDK did a big move, I'm like, well, you're not winning. But it was fine. It was nothing, extraordinary. Of course, Bishamon retained the titles, as we thought. Keeping with the whole Chaos versus TMDK thing, though, we had Zack Sabre Jr. defend his first title defense of the New Japan World Television title as he defended against Tomohiro Ishii. These guys went crazy. Like I said, the Osprey and Taichi match was very strong and hard hitting. This match was very much in that same vein. These guys nailing each other with stiff kicks, stiff forearms. Ishii destroyed Zack Sabre Jr. with a clothesline. I know that's not saying much. Ishii killed someone with a clothesline, but this one was like, oh my god, I thought Zack Sabre Jr. was dead. Like, it was a awesome clothesline. We got down to the wire because, of course, there's only 15-minute time limits for TV title matches. We got 14 minutes and 38 seconds, but Zack Sabre Jr. in the end did pin Tomohiro Ishii to get the victory. However, he did say in the post-match comments, if it's not a submission, I don't count that as a true win. So we will run this back. I think everyone knew Zack Sabre Jr. was winning first title defense, and it's good that it was a great match to start his solid run, and I think he should have a long run to solidify this belt. And then in the main event for the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title, Hiromu Takahashi defended against Yo. Remember how I said the Shota Umino and Tetsuya Naito match, even though that was like over 30 minutes, did not feel it? This felt every minute of 29 minutes. It's not that it was a bad match, but I guess the problem was I wasn't just as invested. And these guys did a lot of like hard-hitting move and then the lay down for like 10 seconds. Which, no, please no. But in the end, Hiromu hit Time Bomb 2 and retained the title against Yo, which I think we all expected. And that was the New Japan 2-nighter. I very much enjoy it. I'm going to give both of the collected nights overall we'll get a rating of, I would say 8 out of 10. Because I enjoyed both of these nights very much so. Okay, and now moving on to the lesser of these events, NXT Vengeance. However, saying that, the first match of the show, easily the best match of the show, was Wesley defending the North American title against Dijak. These guys went crazy. Like, they were stiffing each other. They were going hard on this one. I was like, whoa. I made the joke that, like, I'm like, oh, wow, these guys watched the Sapporo show earlier in the day. They're like, yeah, well, we gotta step our game up. But these guys were going crazy. I would easily watch this match back if you haven't. Wesley versus Dijak, because that was so good. It blew my expectations. I was like, whoa. Because I watched this back to back. I watched night 1 of Sapporo and then this, and I was like, wow, that was quite good. I did not expect you two to go crazy. And then we saw that Dijak kind of like dislocated his middle finger. If you've seen the pictures, it's nasty. But in the end, Wesley retained because Tony D and Stax got involved. So Wesley retained the North American title, and I can see a triple threat happening in the future. Then we had Katana Chance and Kane Carter defend the NXT Women's Tag Titles against Fallon Henley and Kiana James. Didn't care one iota about this, and I skipped it. But Fallon Henley and Kiana James won because Kiana James cheated and held down Kaden Carter's feet so she couldn't kick out. Okay. Then Carmella Hayes fought Apollo Crews 2 out of 3 falls match. And I didn't say this in my prediction video, but I kind of thought this now as like what's going to happen before the match started, which is Carmella Hayes is going to beat Apollo Crews, which was my prediction. And he's going to parlay this victory into saying to Braun Breaker, hey, I want an NXT title shot. And that's what happened. 2 out of 3 falls. Apollo Crews lost the match straight up. Carmella just beat him 2-0. Clean swept him. I don't know what his name is, but he's like this big tall guy. He was with Apollo Crews when Apollo Crews was doing the Nigerian Prince gimmick. He showed up and he betrayed Apollo Crews. Oh no, how sad. I don't give a shit. The New Day defended the NXT Tag Team titles in a 4-way against Pretty Deadly, Gallus, and Chase U. This match was good. It's, again, real hard to mess up a multi-person match. In the end, though, and I was very happy with this, Gallus won the titles. I was so happy. I was so shocked and happy. Let's go, Gallus boys on top. Then we had Roxanne Perez. Speaking of multi-person matches, Roxanne Perez defended her NXT Women's title against Gigi Dolan and JC Jane, Toxic Attraction. We did the whole, they teamed up on Roxanne for the first part. Then obviously they go, hey, I want the belt. Well, I want the belt. And then we actually get them fighting. Roxanne won the match, of course. She pushed Gigi Dolan through a table that they had set up on the outside, and then she hit the pop rocks from the top on JC Jane and retained her title. And then the main event, Braun Breaker defended the NXT title again in a steel cage match against Grayson Waller. This match was unremarkable and didn't care. Really didn't care. I don't remember much from this. The only thing I remember is the big spot where Braun Breaker hit a superplex. And then he did his ooh and beat Grayson Waller. Yeah. So I give Vengeance 6.5? 6.5 out of 10. That's Vengeance. Will say though, Wesley and Dijak, definitely watch that. That's the match to watch from this show. And this wasn't a bad show. It's just like, I'm never going to watch it again. It's there. It exists. Yeah. So, that's it. That's all. We just had the 2 reviews. Isn't that nice? Next, Diary Log. I'm excited. Scherzo of a Deep Night. I get to see that this week on Tuesday. I'm so excited. This is going to be great. I can't wait to review that.